Later in this video,
Everyone's saying
we'll tell you how to
COD.
get involved.
What is
But
this?
First, we'll get into the action. This is a free-to-play, high-octane shooter combining realistic gunplay with personalized classes.
Those
It's free to
classes
play.
are represented in our game's
Free-to-play.
factions.
Really?
Each
Hackers
bringing
Paradise.
unique gameplay and team
Baby, let's
dynamics.
go.
Every faction comes equipped
Okay,
with traits,
superpowers?
abilities, and an ultra
Oh, it's just like
to complement your
Overwatch.
playstyle
And an
the
ultra?
faction's role.
It's
Used
Overwatch.
skillfully,
Oh,
each
God,
faction
I
is
hate
capable of
this thing. It
exceeding
looks
the
cool.
momentum of a match.
And
Our
Ultra?
factions are at the
Okay.
heart of
It looks
from this
it looks
inspiration.
good, but it's
we
a little
created new
uninspired.
characters
It's
feel like we've
and
done
uninspired.
this.
gameplay
We've
Yeah.
done this
unique to
before.
our shooter.
It's really just the vision
Oh, it's the
characters
Overwatch
in
thing.
the game.
Adds
It's
to the
Overwatch.
first cast
It's
as the
Overwatch.
game evolves.
What's
Can't stress this
that?
hard enough. We
That
are
looks
a
so
shooter
disgusting.
first.
The dome
You say you're a
And
shooter
your
first,
abilities
but
and
your
ultras
special
create
abilities
unique opportunities
seem to be the
stay
main
Speak
in
priority.
shootouts.
Okay, well that's it.
Mm. Well, that
Well,
was
something.
I guess.
Hey guys, and welcome back. So if you guys didn't catch it, Ubisoft did a reveal for a new title that they have coming out for Tom Clancy, which is going to be XDefiant. This new title is touted to be a personalized playstyle with competitive clashes, diverse factions of defiance, and is basically a class-based FPS shooter. And to be perfectly honest, this was such a far stretch from what Tom Clancy was once upon a time. We got to a point in the trailer that we even forgot that we were even watching a Tom Clancy trailer.
Now, while factions help you define your role, we know to be a
Everyone's saying
great
yes.
shooter, the gunplay has to be our top priority.
No, your marketing with
We
the
have
Tom
an ever-growing
Clancy
arsenal
title
Yeah.
of
needs to
authentic
be.
make
weapons
it-
and attachments.
Look,
We put a
it's
lot
Tom
of
Clancy,
care
so it's gonna be
into
good, and they give
how
us this.
our weapons
What
look
the-
and
Yeah,
feel.
I'm not gonna
We've
lie. I
crafted every
forgot it
weapon
was a Tom
attachment
Clancy
for
title.
precise,
It's
satisfying
supposed to,
gunplay.
isn't Tom Clancy supposed to be like gritty real life war?
Gritty
Like this is what
realism?
happens in war, and we get this.
Players
Hit
can
marker-
mix and match
hit
any
markers?
faction
Really?
weapon
Hit
loadout.
markers.
You can swap it.
And at this point, it makes me wonder if anybody at Ubisoft has even read The Hunt for Red October or really know what Tom Clancy's books were about or how he really went about creating the universes that he created that were super immersive, based in reality, and now we get this character-based, passive skills, ultimate skills shooter that is just so far away from the original visions of Tom Clancy that it's really hard to even call this a Tom Clancy title. Because once upon a time, you could buy a Tom Clancy title and you knew exactly what you're getting, from Splinter Cell to Vegas to all of the great old Tom Clancy games. You knew exactly what you're getting, and they just had the right feel. They were based in reality, and they were amazing tactical shooters. And I'm not saying that this is going to be a bad game. I'm actually going to sign up and try to play it as soon as possible because I do want to try it out. But this is just so far away from what Tom Clancy is that I feel like calling these titles Tom Clancy at this point is almost insulting to the vision that he was trying to build with his books and everything else. And looking at the current situation with Ubisoft, how Siege has been getting a good bit of backlash lately. They came out with Rainbow Six Extraction to really bad reviews and people just not liking what they see, so much so that they've gone ahead and pushed it back. This title just seems to be another uninspired title that they're going to try to push out. So if you look at the characters, you have your tanks, your healers, and a lot of honestly Overwatch-esque abilities, and it just turns out to not be a very inspired game. This is stuff we've all seen before. It's got a very Call of Duty-like movement system with sliding and ADSing. It feels like something we've all played before at this point, and I can't really see where they're coming from wanting to put out another shooter with Tom Clancy's name on it that has almost nothing to do with Tom Clancy, and something that we've honestly seen and done a million times before. And of course, with this being a free-to-play title, that means there are two things that really speak out at the beginning. One is that microtransactions is definitely going to be a heavy push. So they're going to be wanting to push out new characters with every update, possibly, having to pay for those characters. There's with a slim possibility of being able to unlock it with, playable tokens in the game, kind of like Rainbow Six Siege, but as we all know, that's a bit of a grind to be able to unlock those characters with playtime. And then on the other end, there is the hackers. With any free-to-play title, especially with something like Ubisoft, with one of the biggest complaints of Rainbow Six Siege right now being the hackers and them running rampant, it just doesn't seem like a very business sound idea to push out a free-to-play competitive multiplayer shooter at this point. So guys, that's all I got for you today. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, I will definitely have it linked either in the video or down below so you guys can check it out. And just let me know what you think about them putting out a new free-to-play first-person shooter when they have things like Siege, and this just seeming to be like a rehashed idea from Overwatch and other games that we've played. I mean, I feel like I've seen this game before. I feel like I've played this game before. And also the fact of having Tom Clancy's name put on this project. I know these are Tom Clancy characters in the universe that they've created, but now it's so far away from what Tom Clancy really was and really stood for. It just feels bad to have his name on these projects anymore. And I would really love to know his thoughts about having his name on these games, and if he had any actual input on these games, how they would be different today. Just let me know your comments down below. I'm very curious of how people feel with them coming out with this game, especially after announcing Extraction and having the feedback that they have.
We wanted to make a game that had at its core a strong expectation of quality around gameplay. Movement, aiming, shooting,
my question is here,
all needed to feel grounded and realistic.
Grounded and realistic.
Smooth and
no,
reactive.
no, that is not at all what you've created. Sorry there, bud.